There are doctors out there who go into medicine to care for people, and they will do everything they can with or without money to ensure that the care they give is authentic, is objective, and is ethical. For those doctors, we really appreciate and recommend them. And during my dad's illnesses, we had a few of them who really did everything they can to support my dad, but also to support us as the children who were struggling with coming to terms with our dad's illness. And there are some who I call Dr. Monsters. They really are not there for any form of treatment to heal, but they're there to ensure that the person gets deeper into being unhealthy or ill, so they can get as much money, they can milk as much money out of families, out of that person as possible. And may God forgive them. Literally, may God forgive them. The person who treated Dad first and last was one of those doctors, and I really pray that I could forgive him completely, but also he's forgiven. Yeah. So this is another follow-on of what I was talking about last, when my dad was unwell, and to the point when he sadly lost his life. So the other thing that I wanted to really speak about was the health system of Uganda. I tell you, when our dad died, before he died when he was unwell, one of our siblings, he is so, oh my goodness, may God bless him mightily. He cared for our dad without complaint, without grumbling, for so many years, caring for him each and every of his needs. And I can't thank him enough. I can't praise God enough for his generosity, for his heart. But when our dad became really unwell, so we came in, and the money was a lot. Guys, Dad was unwell. We were paying towards the end 7.5 million Ugandan shillings a day. Some of us, so most of us were really struggling because of them paying that money every day. So what I said, I have no money, honestly, you guys. I'm gonna go for GoFundMe. And eventually they were saying, no, let's try this, let's go through family, and they did, and the money wasn't enough. And I convinced them. I said, guys, let's go for GoFundMe. We can't let our dad die. Let's go for GoFundMe. And we did, but unfortunately, the moment it went out, he died. He died. So I praise God that he had the support. He was given as much care, and we supported him as much as we can. Of course, one of us had the finances, one of us had the voice. We had a brother. The moment he would talk, those guys would move. Us, the girls, sometimes would talk and they would not listen to us, or I don't know what they would think. I think it was a mosquito. So I was trying to take off. So anyway, so my people, some of us would talk and they would not listen to us. They would literally not listen to us. But when my brother would come and say this, they would listen. And so one of us had the money, one of us had the finance, one of us had the voice, another one had the way of romancing my dad, the little one. She was like, oh. Then another one had was the comedian supporting my dad with the laughing. Some of us were just there, always being. He loved us to the end. Some of us, not some of us, all of us loved us to the end. But everyone had their role. So some of us are roles of going there and becoming, Dad, Dad, was the end, and would be there touching us to the end. And some of us, he was trying to stay alive as much as possible for some of us, like the young one. He kept saying, the little one kept telling us, that, kept mentioning him. So he died happy, and above all, he died with God. He died praising. he had asked for forgiveness. He had forgiven, and he was ready in a way to go if God called him. And yeah, but in all this, there was some like, oh my goodness me. We went to a facility which we thought, which had all the best. But some of the ethics of some of the doctors, oh my goodness me, what can I say? They didn't want to be questioned. It's a question, but they didn't want to be questioned. So, for example, whatever they said, we had to go with it. And some of the procedures they wanted to do, we're like, why would you be doing such a procedure? And they would try and bombard and bulldoze, like especially anybody who's there, come and sign and do this, come and sign and do this. But within this, as siblings, we united. So whatever decision was being made by all of us. All of us. We are so many, but all of us were being made by all of us. From the youngest to the oldest. So if the oldest said something, he would not make us gospel truth. He had the ultimate signature, but he still would all consult and would all listen to each other. So there was no undermining one person or another. No, there wasn't. So it was a good thing in that way. But the way he was treated, in a way, somehow, I want to say that they were thinking of money as opposed to the person. In terms of even before they referred him, to me, he was referred a bit late to the ICU, and I think it was because of the money. Because the longer, of course, he stayed there, the longer we are going to pay, and indeed we paid. And up to now, we still have a debt from that hospital, which we have to clear. But I have told them, I said, you know what, you sat on this man for 3 days. It took us coming to say, why is he like this? About you doing something. And then he goes, oh, I will not speak to you. I'll speak to the youngest. I'm like, no, you speak to all of us, from the oldest to the youngest. From that time, he never gave me and my brother eye contact. He was only speaking to the youngest, which we thought myself, what sort of doctor are you? Anyhow, I believe, and most of and the siblings agree with me, that wasn't being cared for at the time. But he should really have been referred to ICU sooner. Anyhow, so when he was referred to ICU, the first facility I went to, again, the care wasn't there. It was the attitude. And it wasn't until we had a core made, but that was put it was clacked in. But when he was checked in the morning, when he was checked on in the morning, he was like, no, he needs to move into another facility. But even that took a while, and it took my brother to come and do the same thing, to put a voice. Finally, anyway, Dad went to ICU. Again, it was the decisions which we had to be made. They wanted us to make decisions, not to sign without even understanding. So my brother would come and say, oh, they are going to give him this medication. He knew most of these medications. We're like, why would you give such a medication? Anyhow, to cut the story short, the facilities were there in terms of the machines. But goodness me, the people using the machines, I think they need to be trained. They have the good machines, but they are not very good. Some of the doctors are not good, like what the last doctor, the first and last doctor. My goodness me, how? May God bless him, and I don't know how he sleeps, the way he treats people. But I tell you, we had a voice, we had the knowledge, we had the confidence. Many people didn't there. And I think they're so used to that. But I don't care what they say. Oh, Ugandans, we have to be calm people, we don't talk. If my siblings had not spoken, we wouldn't. I think I would be in such a state more than I was in, and I'm in now. But every time I remember what we did and how we did it, I'm confident that we did the best for Dad. Yes, we did the best for Dad. I know that on the day my pressure went really high, which I thought had gone completely actually. But when I got stressed again, it came full swing. My head was hurting so much and I was feeling so dizzy. I'm not settled, sorry guys. So my head was hurting so much. I was feeling so dizzy, nauseated. Anyway, in the end, I didn't attend the service. I tried to watch on them online, but I went to the actual grave and I did lay him to rest. But what I'm saying is that honestly, we just pray for our Ugandan system. Can what happened happen anywhere else? Yes, it can. But I think the experience I have sometimes when you question some of these medical people within other countries, it can happen anywhere else actually, and actually even in other countries sometimes the doctors don't want you to question them. And I've been in situations when I wasn't here that when you question a doctor, they feel as if you know, who are you to question them? Who are you to question them? They feel as if maybe you're undermining their so many years of training. And honestly, doctors in the house, that's not the case. When somebody is grieving and is hurt and is in pain because of what's happened their person, when they ask, then reply in a better voice, not in an angry voice or an undermining voice. There are some doctors who are so lovely. They just sat us down and they listened. Sometimes just want to listen. They listened, and that's what we look for. But anyway, that's what it is. The medical system in Uganda. We just pray that we can continue improving. We really hope that those who have no voice can get a voice, and we hope the facilities in Uganda can improve as well. One was saying, even if you have the best facilities, if it's one's time to go, it's one's time to go, and it's true. It still hurts, but it's true. I don't think the way my dad was treated is just an isolated case. No, even with our voice, even with our confidence, we really struggled. But imagine for those people who don't have the voice or who are not confident. So I really hope that we can continue changing. Maybe one of the reasons they do this in terms of Uganda is that there isn't a lot of litigation like in US or America. So maybe that's the reason they do that. But I really hope it can change and the doctors can start working as doctors should work, ethically and with patience and with patience. That's it, my dear. Anyway, thanks for watching as ever. Thanks for all the subscribers. Please, if you haven't subscribed, subscribe, like, share and comment, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Blessings and blessings. Bye for now.